Hello, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. How are you guys? This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a general reading. Pick a card for you guys. We're going to be focusing on divine feminine energy and then divine masculine energy. And it is just energy, so even though I'm saying divine feminine, it could be for both male and female, and the same applies to divine masculine energy. Okay, guys, so we're going to be breaking this reading up into two sections. Choose whichever one you're guided towards. If you're watching for a feminine, of course, watch this portion of the reading, and vice versa with divine masculine. Okay, guys, and as I said, it is general, so it's not going to resonate with every single person. Please do take from this whatever makes sense for you and release the rest. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box, as well as a list of all of the card decks that I will be using for this reading, guys, okay? So let's go ahead and start with Divine Feminine, and let's take a look and see where the Divine Feminine is at in regard to your connection, and I will be time stamping these down below. All right, let's start. Let's take a look. Where's the Divine Feminine when it comes to the viewer for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces? So where's your feminine at? How are they feeling? What are they thinking when it comes to this connection? Okay, so this is going to serve a similar purpose, very much the same like I do in my other readings, where this deck will serve as the focus message to start things off. Okay, so let's grab a few. Love and healing, heart chakra. Okay, so that's the first card coming forward for the Divine Feminine here. They're healing right now. They are definitely in tune with their heart chakra at this time. Unconditional love and compassion, harmony, relationships, and they're definitely in healing mode right now. The heart chakra is tied into air energy, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini for some of you. Let's grab another one. Illuminations. Okay, so to me this is coming through with similar energies to the sun card in tarot, with the illumination and being able to reveal what used to be in the dark when it comes to this connection that you're focused on. And this is coming forward from our Divine Feminine here. Okay, so Divine Feminine is in need of these illuminations to be able to see things clearly, have clarity when it comes to the two of you. She might be healing at this time, especially from a broken heart, difficult energies that you guys might be intertwined in at this time when it comes to this connection. Let's grab one more. And then we have rebirth. Okay, so my Divine Feminine is really working on herself at this time. I'm saying her, she, but of course, you know, take it for how it resonates with you guys, okay? Wow. Okay, so let's take a look and see what else needs to come forward from the Divine Feminine. Let's go ahead and start with the Pining Rose Love Oracle deck by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Focusing on Divine Feminine energy. So for my water signs who are watching this reading for a Divine Feminine, what's going on with your Divine Feminine at this time, guys? Third party. Okay, that explains a little bit of what's going on, especially why the heart chakra is being affected at this time. Third parties bring destruction into a partnership, infidelity, cheating, hurt feelings, betrayals, deception, all of it. And my Divine Feminines have been heavily impacted by that. They're just working on themselves right now, trying to heal from what went down in this partnership. Really needing clarity here and working on an awakening, a rebirth. Emerging as a better version of herself. We do have letters coming through here. That could certainly be texts, emails, cards, actual letters that you guys have exchanged. Or these letters could be from this third party. And again, texts, emails, even phone calls could be a part of that energy. We have obsession here. So your divine feminine could certainly be obsessed with a third party at this time, or perhaps this is past energy coming forward. We have passion. Could have all been about sex too, and nothing more than that. Expecting more, but ended up not getting what it was that they were looking for, possibly. We do have soon. And isn't it interesting how we have 3 flames in that photo? Third parties. And those of you who identify with a twin flame bond, the dynamic between you and your twin flame could have really been compromised as a result of this third party. And it could be this person too who's obsessed with your divine feminine. But we do have a stalemate here. So there's not a whole lot of movement going on here at this time. But part of this healing energy from the heart chakra could be your divine feminine waking up and realizing that ultimately you are the one, okay? So you guys are in a bit of a stalemate energy right now because the divine feminine is still healing from what's happened, or might still need to distance from a third party. Interesting. Let's add to this with the Mystic Moon Oracles. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. For the divine feminine. For those watching for the divine feminine. Let's take a look and see what else is going on with your person, your divine feminine at this time. Good. Metamorphosis. Divine feminine is going through some changes at this time. Releasing. Excellent. Okay. Possibly releasing a third party, which is why there's a stalemate for now, because they're unable to create movement towards you at this time, possibly. But they're working on it, and they're working on themselves, which is why we have that heart chakra again and the rebirth card that's represented there. Wanting to start over. Healing from the experience, especially if the divine feminine knows and is acknowledging that they have hurt you as a result of the infidelities and betrayals. Look at this. We've got deception falling right below obsession. I'm really feeling here that this third party element here, they might be obsessed with your divine feminine, which is definitely causing some sort of obstruction here towards the two of you reuniting at this time. But I feel with the metamorphosis card falling right below third party, this is a cycle that might be phasing out, and your divine feminine is working on eliminating and releasing this third party. Definitely deceptive energy tied into that obsession. Patience. It is going to take some time to see movement here, because right now we're at a stalemate. That is our Two of Swords energy. So your divine feminine definitely has choices to make here, and part of that choice is to create change towards getting rid of this third party element, so that they can come towards you. So there is a need for patience here. Look at this. We've got recognition, followed by nostalgia. And the last card is surrender. Surrendering this third party, getting rid of it, releasing that attachment, recognizing the bond that the two of you share, feeling nostalgic about the connection. That's very Six of Cups energy right there. Cups, of course, is water, which is your own vibration. So it could also be you that's feeling very nostalgic about the divine feminine here. But I feel it's mutual, that they are just as nostalgic about the connection with you. They're working on it. They're working on releasing and surrendering parts of this equation that just is not serving them any longer. That's what I'm picking up from the divine feminine here. Let's add some tarot to this, and let's see what else we can add for the divine feminine. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What else? What else do we need to know at this time? From the divine feminine's perspective, what else do we need to know? Tied into your connection for my water signs. See, the Seven of Cups. Divine feminine had too many options here. But it's falling right below metamorphosis, because the divine feminine is creating changes for the better to be able to bring the two of you back together ultimately. Because part of their realization is knowing that you are the one that they want to be with. You hold the key to their heart, not this third party. Not surprised to be seeing the moon's energies here. Darkness and light energy to the moon. The moon is water energy. Okay, so this is something that you have been dealing with, tied into your divine feminine. Illusions, deception, lies, affairs, third parties, it's all tied into that. Dark energy. There's definitely change that needs to happen here, and I feel that your divine feminine is working on it. Working on the healing, which is coming through from the heart chakra. So things might be a little bit confusing right now, which is why there's a stalemate energy. That, as well as a part of the moon's vibe. This confusion could either be as to how they're going to go about creating all the necessary changes that they need to work on. Confused as to why they even got into this situation. And part of that confusion too, my water signs, could be this is how you're feeling. You're not quite knowing where your person is coming from. But they are working on it, and they do miss you. They're still thinking about you. And they're coming through here letting you know that they recognize the value of the connection that you guys had, and to please have patience for them to do what they have to do in order to bring about a potential reunion between the two of you. We have the Five of Wands falling right below obsession and deception. So I feel here your divine feminine and whoever this third party represents, there's been a lot of disagreements and arguments between the two of them. Hasn't been going so smoothly. This is fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And the Five of Wands is all about competition, conflicts, rivalry. And certainly that's what's going on here. That third party represents competition and rivalry, because ultimately, for those watching for a divine feminine, this is your person who chose to enter into another relationship outside of your connection. And it hurt you, it broke your heart, and drove a wedge between the two of you. But your divine feminine is healing and working on themselves, releasing things, surrendering parts of their life that they know we're no longer uplifting them or serving a purpose. And this third party is, I feel, a phase that's eventually going to come to completion. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, so we've got two fives right next to each other. Fives typically tap into adversity in tarot. And this is your own vibration here, water signs. This is you right here. So you could have been left out in the cold by this divine feminine. It's loss, it's grief, it's disappointment. So ultimately, your divine feminine is finally waking up and realizing how much it hurt you to be left out in the cold, how much that this whole scenario, this whole situation with a third party and infidelity truly hurt you and broke your heart. I'm happy to see this Temperance card because it's really mirroring the energy of this Patience card, because that's what the Temperance card is all about, is patience. That is Sagittarius energy. So for some of you, you might be dealing with a Sagittarian. The Temperance is all about balance and healing, which is good because that's what your divine feminine is working on, to be able to bring harmony back into the partnership with you. And the beautiful energy of the Temperance card is that it is a possible reconciliation. That's what they're wanting, and look at the cards in this particular row: soon, recognition, and temperance. Recognizing the value of this partnership with you. It's going to happen soon, but you still have to have patience. It's on its way. I feel your divine feminine is heading back in your direction, but you got to have patience. I do have the King of Swords, followed by the Emperor. Okay. Some of you guys might be dealing with an air sign: Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And for some of my divine feminines, they could have cut this King of Swords out of their life. Perhaps that's why we have a stalemate energy here. Or it is this King of Swords, of course, who's holding the sword and able to cut this person out. Your divine feminine could be coming forward with that energy, cutting this third party situation out. And for those of you who are masculine energy, watching for a divine feminine, you're coming through as the Emperor. You're coming through as the boss. Because you're the one, You are the one. I feel a tickle in my throat, and I hate it when that happens. For those of you guys who are familiar with my channel, I get these sometimes when there's a blockage in communication between people. I'm trying not to cough, but I think here it comes. It is the most annoying thing. But it happens. Give me 1 second. I used to cut these out of my readings, but I've been doing this over 30 years. And every time there's a blockage in communication between two people, my throat gets irritated, my throat chakra. I feel like I'm choking. I can't breathe. I'm I'm not sick. I don't normally get these. Just during a freaking reading. And I haven't even mentioned it. And that was what I was going to do next, was to pull some dialogue messages. Damn. Okay. I think it's phasing out. Sorry about that. That wasn't that bad, actually. But I do feel that somebody needs to speak here. It's the divine feminine who needs to speak to the masculine. I just found it so interesting because that only started coming forward with that scratchiness and itchiness in my throat once I mentioned the Emperor was here, coming forward representing divine masculine energy. And so for those of you guys who are not speaking or who are having some major challenges in communication, maybe that's why it came forward like that. Okay, I think I'm good. Damn, sorry guys. Whew. All right, well, let's give your divine feminine the opportunity to speak here clearly. She's got something to say. Good Lord. All right, divine feminine. Why are you making me choke? Say what you gotta say. All right, water signs. Let's take a look and see what your divine feminine has to say here. Goodness gracious. Okay, speak up. What do you need to say? Divine feminine, what do you need to say? See, all of that. That's what's making me choke. Interesting. Okay, well, the divine feminine has a lot to say. I knew it. Okay. Take what resonates. There's a lot of verbiage here, but this is what needs to be communicated from the divine feminine. Okay, first one. I am involved with someone else, and it wouldn't be fair to either of you to pursue our connection at this time. Well, no shit. That's why we started off with a third party. Okay? Which is why we have a stalemate, because some of my divine feminines here, they're still working on themselves. The metamorphosis is here, but they're not quite ready. For some of you guys, your divine feminine isn't ready to disconnect from this. Eventually, I feel it's going to happen because we have the release and surrender card coming through here. And we have a couple references to having patience. So for some of you guys, you're dealing with a divine feminine who's telling you right here, I'm still involved with a third party. And part of the growth that at least this person is taking is that for now they've decided to just be at a distance from you. The love is still there, but they're involved with somebody else. So in a way, this is your person trying to do the right thing to not get you involved in their drama. So let them do what they got to do away from you. You don't need that. So that's very specific for some of you guys. Next message. I know that it is our destiny to marry and have children together. We are to be united in mission to serve God's plan to spread love and light in this world. Our combined gifts are important to this world. So they're recognizing that, okay? We do have the recognition card coming through here. So this is a part of the awakening that your divine feminine is going through. Next message. I love you not only for your beauty, but for your soul. Our love will be alive forever because of the way you are, pure, true, authentic, real, raw, and passionate. And again, this is something that your divine feminine is awakening to, realizing perhaps what they had when they had it, before this whole third party situation happened. And I love how it mentions purity, truth, authenticity, because with deception, that's the total opposite. That is what they chose to involve themselves in. And so taking a look at you and the connection that they had with you, you represent the truth. You represent authenticity. You represent what it is that they are yearning for, since they now know the grass wasn't greener on the other side with that third party. Okay, that's coming through for some of you. Next message. I don't like to admit it, but I could really use your help right now. I am struggling to do everything alone. Interesting. And maybe when you guys were together, you were always helping your divine feminine somehow. And they miss that. They miss your presence. The nostalgia card is here. Next message. I think of you before I sleep. I dream of you all night and wake to think of you again. They're still dreaming about you. So I feel even though you guys are at a stalemate for now, you're still very much a part of their thoughts. For my divine feminines who have already detached themselves from a third party and are heavily working on themselves with the metamorphosis card and the heart chakra, love and healing that's represented there. It's just a matter of time before ultimately you guys work this out and reconnect. The temperance, again, is a possible reconciliation. So it is being represented here. Next message. I love the sound of your voice. I hear you speak with me telepathically and in dreams. I long to talk with you again. And I feel eventually you guys will have that chance. Last one. My heart breaks a little bit more every day we are apart. But I do feel that your divine feminine is finally realizing that they are the cause of that heartbreak. And that if ultimately they want to come back into your life, they're going to have to do some work to come back into your life, to deserve to be there and to release connections, third-party elements that are just weighing the connection down, that's preventing the two of you from coming back together. That's a part of the issue here. Okay, so let's grab some final messages from the romance angels. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the divine masculine. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What else do we need to know? Focusing on divine feminine energy. Please bring it forward. Focusing on divine feminine energy. Unrequited love for some of you. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And I'm also feeling for my divine feminines who are choosing to detach from this third party. Ultimately, divine feminine having a change of heart, no longer wanting to be a part of that connection. I feel more so strongly that that's what it's tied into, because we have the temperance card again talking about a possible reconciliation. Your divine feminine still wants you, you know. Of course, there are those of you, since we did have that first message, that you have a divine feminine who's still involved with that third party. So they're not free to come in your direction quite yet. But I do feel for the majority that's resonating with this, your divine feminine has had a change of heart tied into this third party. And it's just a matter of time before they reach out to you to reconnect. We do have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Exactly. Because it can't be rushed anyway. The healing process that your divine feminine is going through, that's going to take some time. That's why we've got so many references to the need for patience here. They have to continue the metamorphosis. They have to continue to release and surrender parts of their life, including, of course, third-party attachments and deception. that all needs to phase out in order to have a clean slate for you guys to come back together. Some of you have children together. Your love life is being affected by children. Whether you and your person had children together or your divine feminine already had children from a previous relationship, they're being affected by what's happening here. The next card is separation. So clearly you guys are not together at this time. Some of you guys could have been married and your divine feminine left to pursue a third party. Excuse me. But they do want to reconcile, for those of you who are resonating with that. And then we've got true love coming through here. This is the romance of a lifetime. This is what your divine feminine is finally realizing here. You are the one. You are their true love. And, you know, they're finally realizing and recognizing that they messed up by entering into a third-party situation here. But yeah, there's a potential, guys, that you guys can ultimately work this out in time, okay? That's what's coming through for divine feminines. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the divine masculine energy, okay? Let's get right into it. All right, guys, for those who have chosen divine masculine energy, here we are. Let's go ahead and get started. And let's take a look and see what's going on with your divine masculine. And again, it's just energy. It can be for both male or female, but I do tend to say he, him for divine masculine. But of course, take it for how it resonates with you. All right, water signs, let's go ahead and grab our focus messages for the divine masculine. And I set aside the divine feminine energy off to the side just in case I need to refer to it. So let's take a look and see where your divine masculine is at. The divine masculine is guarded. He's got his defenses up when it comes to this connection. Discover. Okay, so that discover card is a divine masculine who is, for me, like I interpret it like my divine masculine is, excuse me, in investigative mode, trying to figure things out, trying to discover something about either himself or the connection. There's a reason why he's guarded and he's pissed. Oh gosh. So if you watch the divine feminine portion of this reading, there was a third party element to that. So if this is part of the reason why I have a guarded divine masculine who seems to be very upset, is in a space of rage, it could be tied into that as well. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's going on with the divine masculine here for my water signs. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, if you are watching for a divine masculine, let's take a look and see what is up. Why is he so upset? Rage, I mean, that's beyond upset, really. All right. And I just had a little mini coughing attack when I was doing the divine feminine energy, and that happens to me whenever there's a blockage in communication. I know it's weird, I know it's crazy, but I've been doing this so long, and that happens so many times for me during a reading. And I finally decided to just start recording when they would happen, and they always tend to happen during a portion of the reading when it's time for dialogue messages to figure out what a person has to say, or if there's just really bad communication between two people. It is the funkiest thing that happens to me, but it does. So let's take a look, guys, and see. All right, divine masculine, what's going on? I will never forget. That could either be a good thing or a not so good thing. You know, what is he not ever going to forget. Somebody that's hurt him, somebody that's really upset him, pissed him off. I will never forget, but it's got something to do with love. You know, if you look at the energy of that sun, it's in the shape of a heart. This card came forward as well for the Divine Feminines, passion. So this could have certainly been a very passionate, very sexual connection between two people. We have I miss you. Okay, so if you're watching for a masculine, they definitely miss you. We do have a female figure in this photo though. So if you happen to be feminine watching for a masculine, you could be missing them at this time, and maybe they know that, but they're still really upset and guarded over what's happened between the two of you. So right now they're just working on themselves, self-love. Sorry. Self-love. Trying to love themselves, trying to see themselves from a more positive point of view. I might also have a masculine here who might have a bad temper. We have accidental love right after that. So two people that met, perhaps started off as friends, weren't expecting the relationship to turn into anything more, but it did. You guys fell in love. Accidental love could also be third-party situations, two people that weren't expecting to take it in a particular direction, and it's one of those things where one thing led to another, and there you go. We have celebration. We have commitment right after that. So you guys could have certainly had some very good times together. And some of you could have been actually married to this person, or were in a very committed partnership with this masculine. But he's guarded. He's trying to figure things out. He's working on himself. And he is in this very dark energy of rage. That's not somebody who's just simply upset. It even goes beyond somebody who's just mad. This is rage. Somebody who's so pissed off that they could punch a hole through the wall. You know, that type of energy that's just over the top is what I'm picking up from this masculine. So let's add to this with the Mystic Moon Oracles. What else for my water signs? What else is your divine masculine wanting you to know at this time? Angels and spirit guides for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, for your masculine. What else? There's a barrier. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Especially if they're guarded, if they have their defenses up. That's a part of the reason why we have that barrier. We do have devotion right after that. So the love might still be there, but right now my masculines are still upset. Let's just put it that way. He's not happy about some aspect of the connection. And again, I'm saying he, him, but take it for how it resonates with you, because it could be either male or female. Communication is lacking, which is why they're missing you, you're missing them. You guys are coming forward as soulmates. But right now, we have the Solitude card, which is hermit energy in traditional tarot. You might be dealing with a Virgo, divine masculine. Just really trying to figure things out. That's a part of that discover energy. They just want to be alone right now. Just peace and quiet to be able to figure all of this out. But there is a desire here to bridge the gap between the two of you, to reconcile, to come back together, even though the divine masculine is highly upset still, working on themselves, not ready to reach out or communicate, which is why we have that barrier here. But someone is coming back. Okay, so either you're coming back to the masculine or the masculine is coming back to you. I feel if it's the masculine that's going to be creating movement towards you, my water signs, you might have to give him a little bit more time because he's not ready. He's still pissed off. He's still upset over something that's happened here, which is why the barrier is up. We have fear. And if you look at this photo, it is a male figure. So divine masculine energy, afraid, falling right below celebration. So afraid to, wanting reconciliation, but I'm feeling here afraid to start again, afraid to get hurt, afraid of opening himself up once again to the feminine. But yet being guided back to the feminine. This card for me, this light that's represented right there for me is picking up off of the energy of the sun, which is tapped into very happy times. And as this card states, celebrations, unions, marriages, it's tied into all that. So it's falling right below that commitment card. So even though my masculine is afraid at this time, I really still do feel that somewhere in his heart, in the back of his mind, he's still thinking about that. He still wants it. So if you're a feminine watching for a masculine, and if you know he's upset, just give him a little bit more time to calm down, to just be in a better headspace to even start talking, because this flame has not been extinguished. It's still here, and that flame is surrounding these soulmates. So the love is there. He might not be showing you that the love is there, but it's there. But he's very defensive at this time. Okay, so let's grab some tarot here for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's take a look and see what else the divine masculine needs to communicate at this time. Angels, dear Lord, and spirit guides for my water signs. Focusing on divine masculine energy. What else do we need to know, please? We have the Hierophant coming through here. So there's a spiritual lesson that needs to be learned, and I believe that came through for the divine feminines as well. This is, I feel that when you guys were together and when times were really good, you just offered each other the type of security and stability that a really good relationship could have. And when something happened here to create issues in the partnership that really upset this masculine, he might have distanced himself or shut himself out or backed away from you, not wanting to talk, not wanting to engage at this time. But I'm telling you, the love is still here. It's like, I will never forget you. I couldn't even try to forget you, but right now I'm just upset, is what I'm picking up off of that. The next card is the Page of Cups. Water energy, that's you. So the Page of Cups, first of all, pages deliver messages. Page of Cups is tied into synchronicities, between you and your person. You might even be noticing that lately, that there's a lot of synchronicity still tied into this partnership, even though you guys are at a distance from one another. And the Page of Cups can deliver a message of love. So maybe when the divine masculine is ready, that message will be communicated. We do have the communication card right here. I just don't feel that it's the right time right now. But eventually it will be the right time. Look at this. We've got the Nine of Cups right after that. This is wish fulfillment. This is satisfaction. Beautiful energy from that, and it's falling right below communication. And if what you are wishing for at this time is for your masculine to reach out to you, this is a wish come true right here. This is emotional stability right here. We have the Two of Wands right after that. So we've got fire. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The Two of Wands is progress, which is good because it's falling right below self-love and soulmate. So what I'm picking up here from your masculine, my water signs, is that they got to make progress towards loving themselves first so that they can put their guard down. Because if they're more confident, then that'll help stabilize the energy that they're being guarded by or being so defensive with, and to hopefully calm down their anger of whatever it is that they're feeling this rage over. Because at the end of the day, it's progress towards reconnecting a soulmate connection, which is how you guys are coming forward here. So since the Two of Wands is tied into planning and making decisions, your masculine just needs a little bit more time to plan how this is all going to unfold and to ultimately be ready for the decision to communicate. And I feel it's just a matter of time before that does come in. We do have the Knight of Swords, which is air energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini for some of you guys. That could be your masculine. They could have cut you out, you know? And I feel for some of you, they did, which is why we have a barrier here. Not wanting to talk, just closing themselves off to the connection, afraid to invest in the partnership, afraid to get hurt. And again, this masculine might actually have a temper. They could be very opinionated. They tend to act first before thinking. That's part of the energy of the Knight of Swords. They could be very impulsive. And this Knight of Swords is known for defending what they believe in, you know, and which is contributing to that guarded energy. It's like, look, this is how I see this, and I need you to see things from my perspective. So if you guys butt heads a little bit in that department, perhaps that's why it's coming forward. But we have the Six of Coins, which is Pentacles. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So the Six of Pentacles is generosity, somebody who's very giving, somebody who is wanting to share their life with you. But if they're afraid, because it is falling right below fear, that's what's holding your masculine back a little bit. Wanting to give of their love, wanting to give of their heart, of their time, of their life to you, but it's falling right below fear. So that's what's preventing movement here, which is why we have that barrier right there. But still, you know, it's just a matter of time because they're still being guided back to you. They want to be able to commit and come back to you. They're making progress towards that direction, but you just got to be patient. That's all. And there was definitely a need for my divine feminines to be patient that came through as well. And then we've got the Knight of Coins right after that. More Pentacles. Somebody who's very hardworking, very responsible, or trying to take responsibility for themselves. Because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. You know, this masculine isn't perfect. You're not perfect. And you both have something that you need to work on here. And they're willing, they're willing to work hard at this partnership when they are ready. When they're ready. I just don't feel like it's the right time when it comes to your masculine. We do have the Strength card right after that, so some of you guys might be dealing with a Leo here. This is tapped into emotional attachments to the past. Because the love is still here when it comes to the two of you. They're still attached to you. And maybe when they're upset and angry, they're upset with themselves. It's like, I don't want to be attached to you. I'm too upset with you. And then the love just comes flooding back in, and they need to be able to figure out how to process all that. But they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to be strong, or trying to appear strong, like they have it all together. But behind closed doors, behind this barrier, it might be a different story. They might be crouched down on the floor just like this person here, missing you just as much as you miss them. But they are working on that. They are working on themselves. Okay, so let's grab some dialogue messages here for your masculine. And let's take a look and see what it is that they need to express at this time. Even though they're upset, even though they're guarded and defensive, even though they're afraid. What is it that they need to say to you for those who are watching for a divine masculine here? Angels and spirit guides for the divine masculine. What needs to be expressed here from the divine masculine? Let's grab a couple more, feeling a couple more here. For my divine masculines, there we are. And let's grab this bottom of the deck. All right, guys, what do we have from your divine masculine? What is it that they need to say? So take whichever ones you are guided towards when it comes to these dialogue messages. All right, first one. I can't bear the thought of you being with someone else. I get so jealous. I just want you to be mine. Okay, well, that explains it. They don't want to share you. They don't want to be embroiled or entangled into a third-party situation. They want to share their life with you. They don't want to share you with anybody else. Next message. I wish that you were here or I was there. I wish that we were together anywhere. See? So even though he's pissed, he still wants you. Next message. It really hurts me to have to keep my distance, but I just can't give you what you deserve at this time. Which is why we have that barrier coming through there. Next message. I admire you. I care about you. I trust you. I respect you. And I love you unconditionally. You are my true love. Okay? So I feel really it's that love that's going to reunite the two of you. That wish fulfillment. Next message. I will never forget the day that I met you, and I will always remember the day that I loved you, for they are one and the same. Sound familiar? I will never forget And that was the very first card that came forward. I just wasn't sure what it was referring to in the beginning, but clearly the love is there. Next message. I like so many things about you that I don't even know how to tell you that I love everything about you. I think that you were made for me and I was made for you. And if your relationship was threatened by outside interference and third parties, that's why my masculine is coming through as super pissed off, in a space of rage, guarded, defensive, because someone is infringing on their relationship, the connection with the one person that they want to invest their life in. And that's you. Last one. When I miss you, I don't have to go far. I just have to look within my heart and soul, because that's where you are. See, told you. The masculine misses you too. The masculine misses you too. It's not a one-way street. Okay? All right, guys. So let's grab some romance angels to add to this. All right, here we go. Let's close this out. Angels and spirit guides for my water signs for this connection with the divine masculine. But yeah, they don't want to share you with anybody. And if that's a part of the problem in this connection, that someone else was vying for your attention, my water signs, it really pissed off this masculine. Angels and spirit guides for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for this divine masculine. What else do we need to know, please, when it comes to this connection? Finances and career are affected at this time. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So this could be affecting the divine masculine's life at this time, either struggling financially or things could ultimately be getting better, but it is being reflected here. So it might be challenging him at this time. Part of this Discover card too could be if the masculine is looking for a job at this time. Could be tied into that. We do have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and we already have the soulmate card that came through here. So for some of you guys, if you relate to this particular message, your person could be of a different ethnicity, a different background, a different type from what you're normally used to dating or being attracted to. Let's put it this way, they did not fit the mold, so to speak, of who you were normally interested in pursuing a romantic connection with, yet they turned out to be your perfect match, your soulmate, the one for you. So even though they didn't fit your ideal of a person that you were meant to spend your life with, they ended up being perfect for you anyway. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, so just try to think positively regarding this connection. Yes, your masculine is still dealing with anger issues and being guarded. I feel it's just a matter of time before the two of you are given the opportunity to reconnect and start over. With the Hermit card being represented through this Solitude card, there's a really good chance that you guys can open up lines of communication and start again. We do have the Deception card here, and I feel that's a part of the issue here, why this masculine is upset, because there were lies and infidelities and third parties that put this barrier up between the two of you. And that's not what he's wanting here. He ultimately just wants to be exclusive with you, to be able to offer you the commitment that you deserve and are wanting. Love yourself first. Okay, that's already come forward here. Self-love. This is something that you both need to work on. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Last one. This could be the one. Your soulmate, your partner for life. Be able to commit to this partnership someday when the time is right, once this barrier has been removed. Okay, so that's what's coming forward here, guys, from the divine masculine. So for both scenarios, for both divine feminine and masculine, I feel there's a potential for reconnection. Yes, there's work that needs to be done from both the feminine and masculine, but it's possible here. It's possible for you guys to reconnect and rebuild the partnership. All right, guys. So that's what I have for this pick a card reading. I hope that you were able to resonate with either the divine feminine reading or the divine masculine, or all of it, if you happen to watch both of them. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.